Hello and welcome to Cinematic Venom and happy St. Patrick's Day, the one day out of the year where everyone in the entire world gets to pretend to be Irish for some reason as some kind of commercialised excuse to get drunk. The Leprechaun. Such a legendary and innocent mythological creature, and yet they turned one into a serial killer and even dragged Warwick Davis into it. Director Mark Jones unsurprisingly found inspiration from the Lucky Charms commercials, but also the low-budget So Bad They're Good Critters films, and wanted to turn the Leprechaun into a slasher villain. Because of course! Warwick Davis, reeling from the classic Ewok films a few years earlier, loved the script and signed on, and nobody knew who the hell Jennifer Aniston was, so she was quite cheap to con into it as well. But despite receiving a crapload of sequels, the film was actually slammed for being boring, uncreative, and not even funny enough to pass as So Bad It's Good. It's just an uncreative mess. In fact, after release, Warwick began to regret it, but over time it's gained quite a cult following, leading to Davis himself finding more appreciation for it. Doesn't he just scream psychotic serial killer? Oh well, some drunk arsehole returns home to his angry wife. I actually had to rewind to check because she calls him by his full name more than once.
What in the world has gotten into you, Mr. O'Grady? Will you tell me what's going on here, Daniel O'Grady?
But it is confirmed in the actual movie that it is his wife. Before he smashes his mother's ashes and suddenly has a pot of gold. Later that night, she begins to hear some little girl singing some nursery rhymes. And of course approaches them, before we get our first proper glimpse at this crazed psychopath.
Do you like the gold buckles on me shoes?
Now, originally, this movie was supposed to be a straight horror, but then they went back and changed it into a horror comedy. But a lot of the time, I can't tell what's supposed to be funny and what's supposed to be serious. Oh well, he doesn't even touch her, she just falls down the stairs, which does look pretty amusing. But her husband is to the rescue!
Where did you get that?
With a 4-leaf clover.
Bastard.
Which is the leprechaun's weakness. Somehow.
Catch me if you can.
This is continuing the slasher genre, folks. So the leprechaun uses her voice to taunt him, which I guess is a little creepy, but FYI, his powers are never actually explained. But he leaves the little bastard in a crate, nails it shut, and just puts the clover on top of it to trap him forever. Yeah, that ought to do it! Can't he just nail the clover to the top of the crate and then dump his ass in the middle of the ocean? But oh well, he goes to set him on fire, but then he has a heart attack or something. Did the leprechaun cause it? Oh well, we never find out. Also, if the clover is his only weakness, what the hell is the fire gonna do? So Jennifer Aniston and her dad have just moved into the same house. What's the worst that could happen? And I am not joking. They spend a solid 5 minutes having Aniston do nothing but bitch about how crap the new house is.
This is our poor neighbor's house, and then you're gonna take us to our house.
I'd rather sleep in a tent. How about I get a hotel? We need to slap some bulldozers around to fix this place up.
Just when I thought this house couldn't get any worse.
I'm going to turn around and I'm walking out of this basement. This is worse than summer camp.
There's no swimming pool, there's no shopping malls, there's no cable.
There's a big, ugly, disgusting house I just like to distance myself from.
I don't think she likes the house. But she bumps into some Kevin Bacon wannabe called Nathan. Of course, he mocks her for being a woman and being so scared. She gets all feminist and has to act strong to try to impress the hot guy. Then we see the fat guy from Teen Wolf, who was also Francis in Pee-wee. He gets picked on by a kid called Alex. Try to care.
Oh, great.
So Aniston sneaks around for another jump scare with Nathan before they discover the crate, but just as they're about to open it, Francis annoys them. Is he just irritating in absolutely everything? Oh well, he tries to make himself useful and clean up, but he too hears the singing girls and follows it. Are you all morons? Why would anyone go towards it? He even knocks the 4-leaf clover off the crate that somehow hasn't been disturbed in a decade, unleashing the little Hogwarts veteran. The thing is, Warwick Davis is actually incredible in this role, to the point it looks and sounds nothing like him. I would honestly have no idea this was him if I wasn't told, but the smack talking is awful.
What are you?
What do I look like, me lad? See that? The buckles on me shoes? Why, I'm a leprechaun.
Yeah, it is a pretty stupid question. Wait, so he can use magic to close a door, but he can't move a 4-leaf clover? But it turns out that his powers are weak. It doesn't matter though, as Francis tells the others, but nobody believes him. But of course they ignore him, they go to investigate, we get all this build up to what some strange noise is, and it's a rat. Then they spot a rainbow outside, and they literally find a pot of gold at the end of it. This is a horror movie. Oh, and Francis even swallows a gold coin because he thinks it's chocolate. In case you forgot, he's fat and stupid because that's the only character he knows how to play. So Jennifer Aniston and Nathan start painting while the leprechaun hides under a car. This is the serial killer of the movie. He is hiding under a goddamn car. Anyway, he starts brushing Aniston's leg, but she thinks it's Nathan. Why would he even do that? But they blame it on a damn cat. And Jennifer Aniston actually buys it. She actually accepts this, just ignoring the scabby ass hand she probably felt.
That's not the point.
So they investigate some more. The leprechaun bites her dad violently, and they still blame the goddamn cat. What is it, half cat, half piranha? This is a serial killer. Here's the issue I have. When Freddy was goofy, you could tell they were trying to be funny. When Chucky was goofy, you could tell that's what they were going for. They ruined a character in the process, but you could tell that's what they were trying to do. But here, I honestly don't know. There's certain scenes that are delivered seriously, but they look hilarious, and other scenes I think are intended for comedy, but they aren't funny. It fails at whatever the hell it's trying to achieve.
Here's our chance.
What, you get something to eat?
He's fat. So Alex and Francis get the gold checked out to discover that it's completely genuine.
You won't lose it or anything, will you?
No, I'll put it in my safe. I'll write up a receipt.
You ever reckon that coin might have come from a leprechaun?
See? That was an obvious joke, but it wasn't funny. And whenever they're trying to be serious, it's really funny. Like right here. The little bastard then shows up and bites the poor guy. This is a horror movie villain biting people. I'm not taking this seriously.
Do you want to play with me?
Oh, no!
This old lep, he played one. He played pogo on his luck.
This is embarrassing to the entire horror genre. Oh, and he also has to clean any pair of shoes he sees, apparently. It's never explained.
Cut to the chase.
So the leprechaun chases the cop through the woods. Why? He doesn't have the gold. There's no affiliation with anyone who does have the gold. There's no reason for the leprechaun to believe he knows where the gold is. There's literally no reason for him to chase this cop anywhere. And it goes on for forever too, with some weird-ass classical music as if it knows that it's stupid. But it doesn't. Then he jumps on the cop's neck and the poor guy dies right next to an Ewok penis. Meanwhile, the leprechaun eats some Lucky Clovers. You know, Lucky Charms actually did agree to have their brand in the film. But then they saw the movie once it was finished, hated it, were completely appalled, backed out and demanded that they change it. So he raids their house for the gold. Oh, and he continues shining every shoe. I hate my life. The others do return home to see the mess, and they blame it on a goddamn bear! A bear! I mean, I'm not saying they should come home and be like, oh yes, this was definitely the work of a leprechaun, but a bear? And they start to hear a strange sound, but no, it's just Francis being annoying. What a shock. He's just so annoying, and you know what? Because it's a horror movie, you expect there to be some kind of payoff. So if he's supposed to be annoying, guess what? Spoilers! He doesn't get killed off! No! So the director is intentionally annoying us for the sake of it?
No shit, Sherlock.
But what are the odds? They suddenly hear the same noise, but this time Fat Boy isn't responsible. So Nathan ends up in a bear trap when the leprechaun attacks and teases him like a child.
I got you in a bear trap. Gonna make you shut it up.
This makes me hate the Irish. So he attacks again while the others just sort of standing around, not really doing a whole lot. Well, Francis calls the cops, but he's known for making up stories and they don't believe him. But what a surprise, he vanishes. So they manage to sneak into the truck, but of course it won't start. And they send Alex out to investigate. Yeah, the kid! They send the damn kid to check it out! What the hell? They do manage to keep him away with a cigarette lighter, but don't worry, the little daredevil has a dastardly, sinister, evil backup plan. A go-kart! He is on a goddamn go-kart!
A ring around a rosy, a bucket full of posy.
Kill me now! But somehow they managed to get out of the truck and hide without him noticing. How? Oh well, the chase is on even with him losing a damn hand. So Aniston tries ringing the cops on a prehistoric artifact, but the battery dies. The Leprechaun does however intercept the police call and somehow uses a cop's voice to respond. How does he have any of these powers? And the sad thing is, the director said they actually started writing this as early as 1985, taking his time to develop the backstory of the Leprechaun. What backstory? Where is it? 8 years to write Leprechaun wants a pot of gold, kills people. That's all we get! What the fuck? So Alex tells Aniston where the gold is and they plan to return it to the spoiled little Irishman. But Nathan's too hurt to go, so Rachel pretends she's hunting for Ross during their break and heads out. So he takes the gold, Aniston gets away, and it's all over. But no, he's still pissed because one coin is missing. What the hell is he, Mr. Krabs? You know, you'd think a small boy fighting a leprechaun to the death would actually be scary or entertaining, but... No, you wouldn't, no. So he messes around with him for a bit before grabbing Nathan's cock. But why are they even trying to shoot him? They know it doesn't work. But no, he gets shot and he's finally dead. What a surprise. What did you expect? And then he rides on a skateboard. I am so done with this film. It's not even funny, it's just bollocks. So he messes around with them, prank calls them. Pointless. Before Francis realises that he swallowed the last coin earlier. Oh, and they all begin throwing shoes at him, somehow knowing about his fetish. And he literally shines all of them. Why does he do this? Is this a damn Irish stereotype that I've never heard of? I thought shoes were my people's thing. But they head to a retirement home to find the man from the start of the film. You know, the guy who we clearly saw have a heart attack or stroke or whatever at the start. And it was clearly shot and everything to make it look like he died. I guess he got better.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and they somehow know he's the only one alive who knows how to defeat the Leprechaun. And of course security sucks, but even worse, the director decided to wait 75 minutes to start shooting at a weird tilt for some reason. Stop tilting the camera, you drunk! Oh well, Aniston finds the guy, but nope, it's the Leprechaun! Who chases her in a wheelchair. Uh-huh. They even speed up the footage so it looks even more ridiculous. But she does come across the real guy. Good thing the Leprechaun took the time to hang his corpse up here. But he informs her about the 4-leaf clover crap. Didn't work for you earlier though, did it, mate?
Nope.
But she heads off determined to save the world.
Little girls shouldn't look for 4-leaf clovers.
She's like 25. And what the hell are the odds of finding one anyway? So she runs to a nearby cop car. What a surprise, they're dead. The adults continue looking for a clover while Alex prepares some masterful backup plan.
Forget it. We're not gonna find it.
You can too find it. You just gotta believe.
Damn it, Ozzy! I'm so sick of your magic and your stupid fantasies.
But he was right. And of course, that's when she finds the damn clover. The Leprechaun then attacks Alex before Francis makes the save.
I've got the last gold coin. I swallowed it. It's in my stomach.
Then it's your belly I want.
Odd one-liner. Also, are we supposed to feel sorry for Francis? He's done nothing in this movie to make us like him. Even his friends hate him. But it's too late. Alex finally puts an end to all of this bullshit.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms.
Okay. I can't even lie. That is so badass. This movie did not deserve it. So Alex slingshots the clover stone into his throat to finally kill the asshole, and I must admit, it does look pretty cool. Okay, no, he's still alive. So the 4-leaf clover thing didn't work, so that was kind of pointless. But he does get knocked back down the well and set on fire, but he's still alive and vows revenge. Wonderful. This movie is a disgrace to horror, to leprechauns. It just sucks. It tries to be funny and it fails. It tries to be scary and it fails. It follows every single horror movie cliche to date. I mean, I guess the acting is alright and Warwick Davis gives a brilliant performance, but it just doesn't fall into the so bad it's good category for me. It's just painful.